Have you ever wondered why your parents treat you and your siblings differently? According to angelfire.com, an article from 1998 states that parents used to favorite firstborn sons no matter how many older daughters they had, and gave them the most responsibility in all their fortune. The birth order theory is something that many people believe influences our actions throughout our life. After my speech, you'll know more about the origin of the birth order theory, how birth order influences people, and some exceptions to the birth order theory. According to healthofchildren.com, copyright 2014, the position a person has in the order of birth affects their development and personality throughout their childhood and sometimes throughout the rest of their life. The theory of birth order isn't exactly new. Allpsych.com posted an article on November 29, 2011, saying that Alfred Adler started a psychology group in 1911 after leaving Sigmund Freud's group. The group was originally called Society for Free Psychoanalytic Research, but later changed to Individual Psychology. It was rumored that the name was an attack on Freud's stubbornness to accepting others' theories. Adler thought that we all start off as a child feeling inferior and strive to become superior to everyone around us. He called this striving for superiority and thought it would be what gives everyone their personality. You may not know what I mean by birth order, but let me explain. Positions, and middle children, lastborns, and only children. Keep in mind that the actual birth order isn't what affects someone. The way birth order affects how a person is treated by their parents, the siblings, is what influences them. Birthofchildren.com, copyright 2014, states that firstborns are known to be more responsible, perfectionists, and supporters of authority. Most older siblings have babysat their younger siblings at one point or another. Studies have shown that looking after younger siblings usually leads to holding leadership positions as an adult. In fact, nearly half of all U.S. presidents were firstborns, and only 4 were lastborns. Next, we have secondborns and middle children, who might feel inferior to their older siblings. They tend to find a new area of interest in which their older sibling hasn't excelled in already. They also might purposely try to be different from their older siblings to stand out. Middle children make good lawyers because they know how to negotiate and bring peace, much like they have to their older and younger siblings. If a secondborn or middle children doesn't find their place, they may start to rebel and draw attention to themselves. This could lead to bullying younger siblings and kids at school. ChildDevelopmentInfo.com, copyright 2013, posted an article saying that lastborns expect others to take the lead. Lastborns are used to being called the baby of the family, so they may feel inferior to others. They see their older siblings doing more socially and physically that they still might not be able to do. They may feel like they always have more growing up to do to get their siblings have. Healthofchildren.com, copyright 2014, says that only children can have characteristics of both firstborns and lastborns. Only children tend to be spoiled and rely on the service of others, much like lastborns. They may also be perfectionists and hypocritical like firstborns. Growing up, they might fit in well with adults, but not so much with peers since they grew up with only adults in the house. This is a handout that I gave to my audience, and it states of firstborns, lastborns, and only children. The birth order rule might give you a good understanding of why people are the way they are, but it isn't always right. There are some factors that can make exceptions to the birth order rule. According to healthofchildren.com, copyright 2014, gender is one of these exceptions. The firstborn of each gender, regardless of birth order, is usually treated as the firstborn. Since they are the first of their gender, they take on the characteristics of firstborn and are treated as such. Physical attributes and disabilities are also exceptions. A child with a disability requires more attention and therefore becomes firstborn or lastborn. They would be treated as a firstborn or lastborn because middle children usually don't get as much attention. Physical beauty also affects birth order. If there are 2 daughters and the youngest is obviously prettier, she will likely be favored. Likewise, If there are two sons and the youngest is more masculine and athletic, he will be treated as a firstborn because he is favored more and expectations are higher for him. Speech, the order theory, how birth order influences people, and some exceptions to the birth order rule. The next time you see your siblings, you'll know why they act the way they do.